What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the channel. I'm LaBarbecue, and today we're going to be talking about the Fresh and Fit podcast. Now, I only stumbled across this video. Actually, I'm not going to play the whole video because it's a whole like 2-hour podcast. But I'm a fan of Abba and Preach, and they're another channel that you should really go check out. They have great views and great discussions on relationships and all that stuff. And one of the hosts on Abba and Preach, Abba, went on this Fresh and Fit podcast, and this podcast is just such a whirlwind to me. We're going to go into this clip. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper, but let's get the intro out the way.
Barbecue.
And before we get started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. It really helps out the channel. I appreciate you watching. Let's get into it. All right. So I don't watch this podcast really. I don't watch this podcast at all. I've only watched this one episode, but from what I'm hearing, because this podcast is like gaining a lot of traction with a lot of people, I guess because they have a lot of girls on there, and it's 2 male hosts, and they pretty much talk about relationships and just really go in on women. Kind of like a Kevin Samuels style. And I've heard Kevin Samuels was actually on one of these episodes, so I found that interesting as well. But on this show, I watched I think this whole 2-hour podcast, and they kick girls off just for talking out of turn sometimes. Which first, I mean, I can understand that if like you gave somebody the rules and whatnot and they're still being disrespectful, I guess I can understand that, but how they do it is kind of really demeaning. From the episode I've watched, a lot of the girls on here are probably not the sharpest knife in whatever, you know, but I think it was kind of rude how they did some of that. But this is not a critique of their whole podcast. It kind of is, but yeah, we're just going to jump into it. Discussion that they're having is about, the specific portion is about cheating. And let's just jump into it. They're going to describe it more.
You may have to take on that step and say, you know what? Okay, this is what it is. I'm cool with it.
So I have a question. So is cheating okay because he maintains you?
Okay. So let's be very clear. If you have an understanding, it's not cheating. Yeah. Do you understand? Okay. If we've agreed and we said...
Okay, just for a little background, before this, they were having a discussion about cheating, and I guess the girl got kind of confused because the guys made cheating sound somewhat okay. And right now, Abba, which I have no problem with Abba in this video, he is not the one giving this stupid ass analogy that this other guy, the light skinned guy's about to give. I don't even know his name, but Abba is fine. He's one of the good guys in this situation. He's so like grounded, and I feel like his morals are in the right place. So none of this blame goes towards Abba right here.
Okay, this is what it is. That's not cheating. That just means he's doing what we agreed to.
No, I agree. If I agree to it, fine. It's not cheating.
Right.
But how about if I don't agree with it?
But then don't be with him.
So is it okay to cheat just because you maintain me?
Nah, just don't be with him then.
No, of course I won't. But yeah, I'm asking. Is it okay?
It is. It's absolutely okay, because the thing is.
And here is when it goes downhill. He is saying that any type of cheating is okay. He's saying that, and he's about to go into his justification on why all type of cheating from men is okay. So that's what we're about to get into right now.
I guess we're gonna go into this, huh?
Oh God, the candy store.
Candy store analogy.
Oh, no.
Bro, I love how he brought this shit up like it was about to be a fire banger. Bro, I've been waiting on this story for so long. Oh my God. The girls are gonna understand this and love it so much. Like, fuck out of here. I've seen this video twice, so I already know what he's about to say, and I'm gonna just let him fucking dig his own grave.
This is the only way, I guess, that like women can kind of understand it.
You see that? Just so demeaning to women. Just like, this is the only way women can understand it. Like, they're fucking 2 years old. Like I said earlier, some of these girls weren't the smartest on this podcast, but still, just talking to them like that, I was just like, damn, dude, do you respect women at all?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So a lot of women don't understand why men want variety and everything else like this. So I'll just explain it, right? So you guys can kind of see where I'm coming from with this. So there's a candy store, okay? Women are allowed into the candy store 18 years old. So all you guys, lovely ladies on the couch, right? You guys are young and attractive, right? You're 21 and you're 21 too? Both you guys. You guys are at your peak right now. Right. So you guys are in the candy store. All of you ladies are in the candy store as well. You're allowed at 18 years old. The men are not allowed in, though. They're not allowed in until they're 35 years old, have $100,000 saved up, and have been in the gym for 5 years consistently, right? So you go in a candy store. You might have fun at first, right? You're eating your Laffy Taffy. You're eating your Starburst. You figure out that the yellow Starburst is disgusting. Yellow Laffy Taffy, disgusting. You like the pink Starburst, whatever it is, right? You start to develop taste. You like to figure out your aisles. You know where you're going to stay in the store, right? But the guys, they're outside lurking, just waiting to get that money and get in that fucking candy store. So 18 years passes, and the men are finally allowed in to have saved up enough money and been in the gym, right? They run in and storm the candy store, right? Go nuts. They're eating all the candies that you guys were rejecting, the Tootsie Rolls and shit, disgusting candies, Laffy Taffy, candy corn. They're eating all that stuff. You're like, yo, what the hell is wrong with you, bro? Chill out. What the fuck is wrong with you? But what you ladies don't understand is that the men had to wait there for almost 20 years to get into the candy store. So for them, just being in a candy store and being able to finally get that access of different flavors and everything else it's amazing for them because they had to work to get it. And what women don't understand is that, I always say this, privilege is invisible to those that have it, okay? So it's very difficult for women to understand the concept of why.
Okay. You get where he's going with this, right? You get where he's going pretty much. Now, there are so many just this whole podcast talks about generalizations. So he's saying just out of the grand majority, most men have to work to get a woman's attention. Which, I mean, I guess I can agree. Most men do have to work for it. But just saying that just because you never got this sexual attention from women all of your life makes it okay to cheat on your partner is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. Just because a female probably doesn't have to work as hard for male attention does not give you an excuse to have sex with other people while you're in a relationship without this being okay with your partner. That is so crazy to me. I would never expect my wife to be okay with me just cheating just because I missed out like earlier in life. You know? Like, is that not crazy to me? Like, I find it crazy that also, this is a side note, I would not be one of these women on this show. To be sit here and talk like this and not be able to like voice your own opinion, like when he's saying wild shit, like the last girl I was telling you about earlier, she got kicked off because she was like interrupting him and she was just really trying to like speak her piece. But I get it. This is their show. But anyway, like just the whole concept of it makes this analogy null and void, you know? Because yes, it has some truth to it. It has some truth to it. But to just speak to it as though it's fact is just ridiculous. This is not fact. This is not to say that you've never been like sexually active until that point from 18 to 35, whatever he said, like to act like you had no female attention from that point. There are some men who don't have to work for this shit. They're just naturally just attractive, or I don't know, they just are attractive, you know? And women find that interesting and they go probably for those guys. If you're not doing those things, making yourself a better man, like, why do you expect to have any female attention?
Why men like to have sex with a lot of girls, because you guys get sexual abundance at pretty much as soon as women are born with value, ladies. Men have to create their value. So for us to get in that same candy store, we ultimately have to bring something to the table. So if a man busts his ass for years, saves the money, gets in shape, everything like that, gets in that candy store, why do you think he should only have one piece of candy?
Because life isn't a fucking candy store, dude. This analogy is so dumb, man. It's so dumb. Why? Because you decided to be with someone, and that's what a relationship is. If you are in an open relationship, or if your marriage is like separate right now, maybe that's okay. But like, what the fuck? This is not okay. To just tell women, to tell these impressionable young women that you should be okay with somebody cheating on you just because they didn't get attention in their teens or early 20s. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Who the fuck do you think you are? Who do you think you are, bro?
But I mean, like, the way that he looks over to the couch, he's like, who is that? But like, who made the rules?
What do you say?
I mean, no. I mean, I guess if I were to bust my ass, I wouldn't want one piece of candy either. So
She fell for it. She fell for it, man. She fell for everything he just said. Like, I wouldn't want one piece of candy either. Like, if she has a boyfriend, I'd tell her boyfriend to watch out. Like, come on now. Or maybe she'll be open to letting him cheat. So that, oh God, dude. I pray for these young people, man. I pray for these young people. You get somebody with a platform and you just listen to everything they say. It's so sad. It's sad.
Oh.
And that's the thing, because women, like I say, again, I'm gonna say it one more time because I want you guys to understand this. Privilege is invisible to those that have it.
That is false as well. That is false. There are several people in a privileged position that know that they are privileged, that are pretty humble to be in that position. You know, hopefully a lot of celebrities or YouTubers or anybody are pretty humble about the position that they've been in. Like, a lot of people know that they wouldn't be where they are without fans. I wouldn't be where I am or anywhere on this social media space without the people that watch me. Like, that is, you work for it, but granted, it's still a privilege to be put here on this platform, to do the things that you do and people actually care about it. It's a privilege. In other countries, you might not be able to do what you're doing. So you need to understand that you have a privilege, and I don't think it's invisible to the people that have it. Just like white privilege. I think a lot of white people understand that they have some white people understand that they have the privilege to not be scared in certain situations or not think that their life is on the line in certain situations when it comes to the police. I think they understand that a lot of them, a lot. If I said all, I retract that statement. But a lot of them know that their privilege is being utilized in that situation. But pop off, King.
You guys don't know the value that you guys have because you are women. You live your life. You know, you guys get accesses and privileges that men will never get.
Right.
Like I said, a bunch of you have probably seen or partied with athletes or celebrities, whatever, get invited to exclusive things. Man, me, I have a fresh. We ain't getting invited to no boat parties, no mansion parties, unless we know somebody. We're not going to get the cool exclusive experiences that you guys get. But beauty is powerful. Wars have been fought over it. Blood has been shed over it. And it's a very powerful tool.
I don't disagree with that part. I don't disagree. Like, a lot of these girls could probably just go to a rapper's freaking boat mansion party or something. Drake can probably invite them to some shit. But as a guy, yes, you have to be providing something to get into that space. You have to know somebody or be providing something to even get in that space. Why do you think girls get in free to bars at night sometimes, you know? Just things like that. I will agree to that statement, but the whole candy shop analogy in general is stupid.
You guys don't know it because you've only lived as a woman. You've never seen it from the male perspective. So if a man had to bust his ass to get in the candy store, it'd be downright crazy and stupid of him to only have one piece of candy when he's fought for it.
They're acting like they haven't fought since they're 18. Like they were literally no sex till they're 35.
So
exactly. That's where I'm at. You're acting like you had no attention, nothing from the age of 18 until you got your shit together. That is what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Like you don't get anything. You don't get any female attention from those years. You're probably an incel. There's probably something wrong with you that you're not attracting that attention.
when
Well, hold
do
on.
men get
Hold on.
tired of having so many pieces
When you
of
guys
candy?
go out, right? You go to a club, you go to a bar, you go to a supermarket, right? Guys hit on you, right? All the time, for the most part. When I go to the store, what happens?
Nobody
I mean-
hits on you.
Oh, fucking boo-hoo, dude. No one hits on you. Oh, dear. Do you want to be hit on to the extent that most women are hit on, like when it comes to catcalling and shit, and being harassed when you're shopping? Do you want that? It's so fucking hard being a woman. Do you really want to be just, like, fluttered with people just, like, verbally assaulting you all the time? I wouldn't want that shit. Like, boo-hoo. I don't give a fuck. Sometimes, if you haven't in your whole life as a man been hit on by a girl in the store, I think you're a new tier of ugly. I'm sorry. Even I, a medium ugly person myself, has been hit on by in stores. Like, it's happened a few times. But to say that's never happened to you, that's sad. That is sad. And for you to make that analogy now makes sense.
Exactly. No, I'll say this, right? The average guy, right, at your age or even younger, doesn't even get that opportunity until maybe later on when he's successful, he's worked on himself, he has some type of like lifestyle.
Now he kind of dug himself into a hole with that. Like, do you think at the level that they are saying that you can enter the candy store, which is probably 35 when you're financially stable or whatever, you have a good job. Do you get hit on more in stores just by the way people look at you? Do people just, you walk into the store and people just know that, oh shit, that person is popping now? Like, if you're not famous and you just have money, like, do people just understand that? The girls just understand that? Be like, oh, I can just smell money on them. Like, what the fuck? Like, no. I think it has to do, like, a lot of the times with your appearance, because every time I've been hit on in a store, it wasn't because, like, I just had a lot of fucking money. I think that person was probably just interested in me at that time. So I don't think that even makes sense either. All right, that's pretty much it for the main big part that I wanted to show you guys. That analogy was just terrible to me. It was terrible to me. Like, that's not how the world should work. That's not how you should think in 2021. Like, what kind of mindset is that to tell a young woman, a younger audience, if he has it? This is based in Miami, so I would think that he would have somewhat of a younger audience. What makes you think that's a good idea to just tell these kids or anybody that it's okay for your partner to just cheat on you? Now, if it's something you agree on, like they said in the first half, that's your life. You do that. But to expose someone to potentially emotional trauma by being cheated on and expect them to be okay with that is just ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. And it's sad that all these girls will sit in here and listen to this shit. You know? That's why I make these videos. It's just me finding random dumb takes on the internet. That's all I'm doing, bro. If you agree with the Fresh and Fit podcast, let me know in the comments down below. If you think they're capping, and if you don't want your partner to just go out and cheat on you just because they didn't have sexual attention or any attention from females as a kid, let me know in the comments down below. But I'm LaBarbecue. That was it for today. I'll see you guys next time on whatever I'm recording. Later. Yes, sir. Did you like that video? Me too, because I made it. I know it's good. If you did like that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new here, subscribe. Make sure you have that bell turned on for notifications for when I make a new video. Also, you can catch me on any of the socials down below. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all those. I'm on there. That's it. See you guys later.